Welcome back to the podcast. Now, you probably aren't even going to believe what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. Writing a book will actually save you time in the long run. Let me say that again. Writing a book will not only help you grow your business, but it's actually going to give you your time back. All right, most people see writing a book as a major time suck. This is one of the big reasons why people don't write books. I don't have time, or it's not a priority, or something else keeps coming up. And therefore, I need to wait till the perfect time, which the perfect time is never existing, right? The perfect time is when you make that decision. And so what I want to do in this episode for you is I want to really show you how not only will writing a book help you actually have a book, but how it's going to actually give you your time back as a business owner and as somebody who wants to really grow and get to that next level. So not only are you going to have a book, which is a big W in itself no matter how long it takes, but you will actually be more organized, you'll be ready to grow, and you will have hours back in your day so that you can do other things. So let's get into that right now. I know you're busy, so let's get into it. So the first thing that we want to understand here is that when you write a book, it will actually double down as your social content. Now, there's a way and process to do this, and we literally show our clients how to turn your book into 100 plus pieces of social content. But let's talk about the examples of how you could actually do this, and then I'll show you how much time it could save you. So the first example is every chapter title or every chapter is a piece of content. Every story that you share from your personal life could be a live video that you do on social media. Any tips that you have, maybe you have 3 tips, 3 secrets, 5 things, whatever it is that you're teaching in your book, you can then take that and make it a reel. So by doing this, you can have content that is from the book for your reader, or you can have content from your book that's about you sharing the journey. So not only can you have tips and reels, stories and videos, chapters becoming content pieces, but you can also have the journey of you creating the book and showcasing somebody what it actually takes to write a book. And both of those content, when combined, help people feel they know you and get people excited about what your book actually is. And yes, you can share the similar content in different methods. You could have it in your book, you could have it on a live video, you can have it in a course, you could have it in a coaching. Whatever it is, people need to hear it more than once. All right, one of my mentors, he told me, sometimes people need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. All right, another mentor of mine used to always tell me that it's not that somebody hears what you have to say, it's they are fully able to understand it when they are ready to hear what you have to say. And so it's really, really important that when you write a book, it will double down as your social content. So literally when you create your outline for your book, when you start to write your book, you will have tons of content at your fingertips to be able to just transfer over and create it for the platform that you're looking for. Okay, this could be carousels, this could be reels, this could be IG live topics, these could be TikToks, these could be LinkedIn longer form posts. All right, you see what we're going here with this? And so to put it in perspective, a lot of entrepreneurs will spend 2 to 4 hours minimum a week. All right, I know people that spend an hour every single day trying to create a post or trying to come up with even topics to create the content with. And so by writing a book, not only are you going to have a book that you're working on, but you are actually going to create all of the social content that you need for the next couple of months during this process. So not only are you going to maximize and use your time more efficiently, but you're actually going to get your time back because you're going to be more organized and you're going to be more focused on what actually needs to get done rather than trying to do all these different things. So that's the first way that writing a book actually gets your time back, is it can be doubled down as social content. And we'll probably do another episode here that will show you literally how to turn your book into 100 plus pieces of content. But the second way that writing a book actually saves your time is this. Your book can be used as the outline for your course that you're trying to create. All right? There's no better way to sell a course than to someone who's read your book and loves and wants to get more information about how to get better results, right? You give the house, you give the information, people pay you for the implementation. And so writing a book can actually serve as an outline for your course. So let me explain. all of your chapters can be your outline. So you could then, when you create your course, each chapter could be a singular video. And let's say you have 10 chapters in your book, that's a 10 video course. And that can be priced depending on how long this is, what the result is that you're doing. You could price that anywhere from a low ticket item to a mid ticket item. You can use your outline and you can use your book to actually create worksheets for your course that help people actually implement what it is that you're teaching. And you can do that by creating worksheets based on what you teach them and tell them to do in your book. So a lot of the books that our clients write are how-to and guides, really helping somebody get a specific result. And in there, there's key takeaways, there's lessons, there's action items. And so those action items, those takeaways, those key lessons, those can become worksheets. So now you have your chapters and you have your worksheets. All of a sudden you have an entire course outline. Why? Because now also you have the clear order of what you need to do to teach somebody that. So a lot of people, I remember a client, before I help people write books to grow their business, I specifically help coaches build coaching businesses. And I remember I was talking to one of my clients and he's like, Jake, I've spent a month building out my course. And this is like literally all I'm doing every single day. I'm trying to figure out the tech. I'm trying to figure out what to do. And I realized, and this is why I'm talking to you, Jake, and why I need you is I want to start over. I completely want to start over because there's no order. There's no consistency. The content is kind of all over the place. And I was like, okay. So we ended up breaking it down and redoing the whole thing. But the point that I'm trying to make here is this. If you have a book, not only do you have a book, but now you have an outline for a course that you're proud of, that makes sense for your reader, that is an ascension in your customer journey, that actually gets somebody the result you want. Now you know that there's interest, you know that you're solving a specific problem, and now you can combine that with the principles of having an actual course so you can sell that bad boy, all right? If your course is $997, you sell a couple books, you get some people to buy that $1,000 program, boom, that's $1,000, $3,000, $5,000. What would that do for you if you could add an extra $3,000 to $5,000 every single month by selling 3 to 5 $1,000 courses? All right, or maybe your course ends up being $100. It's a very, very basic course. What if you could make $1,000 a month? You get 10 people to buy that just because they read your book. How much could that impact your life? But not only that, how much time have you just saved by writing the book first, by focusing on what the book needs based on your experiences, and then using that to leverage it and turn it into a course? Now, the third way is similar to a course, but writing a book will save you time for your building a coaching program, okay? For building out a one-to-one coaching practice. Or I'll even tie this in here with a keynote speech. When you write your book, okay, you are taking your book, you're taking all these concepts, and now you're turning them into the foundation for your keynote speech. Guess what people are going to hire you to speak on? Your book. Guess what that keynote speech is? The best parts of your book, the pieces that people have related to the most. Guess what your book becomes when you have a one-on-one coaching client? Your book becomes the entryway for them to learn your style. Then in your coaching program, you take your book and you teach those principles at a more intimate, higher one-on-one delivery mechanism. All right, so now not only are you trying to figure out what do you include, how do you coach people, what's the order, not only do you not have to figure out what do you speak on as a keynote, how do you actually develop a keynote speech, what should you include in that, you have the book to showcase all that. So now, let's start to wrap this up here. You've saved hours a week creating social content, okay? Because now you have a bunch of ideas and you have a ton of pieces of content to do. You've not only now saved yourself time when you're creating a course because you're more organized and focused, but now you've been able to create your keynote based on your writing, and you've been able to start coaching people more confidently and in the correct order of which that person needs, getting better results for them. And you have done all of that while saving yourself time by focusing on one thing, your book. By having a book, now you have opened the door for every single avenue that we've talked about. You now have a freaking book in your hands, which is an unbelievable accomplishment. The world is your oyster, all right? And I gotta give you a bonus one here, and then I'll finish up. Don't you worry, don't you worry. We'll wrap it up here pretty soon, all right? The bonus one here is this. When you write a book, not only will you have a book, and I'm going to say this over and over and over again, but not only will you have a book, but you will save a ton of time when trying to create lead generation or lead magnets in your business. Let me explain on this topic here is when you're running a business, one of the biggest things that you can have, especially in online business, is you want data. All right, when you have customer information or prospect or lead information, you're able to own that traffic. Facebook could disappear tomorrow, Instagram, TikTok, those could all disappear and your followers may go bye-bye. But your email list is traffic that you own. And so you want to really be able to, how do you bring in leads consistently? Well, your book saves you the time of trying to create what lead magnet is actually going to convert my audience. You know why? Because your book will have 5 to 7 to maybe even 10 different options that you can use as lead gen. And here's the best part. When you have your book, people will read your early copies. People will read your book. You can ask a friend, you can ask people, your prospects, leads, hey, what was your favorite part? What part resonated the most? What would you like to learn more about? And you take that feedback and then you create a lead magnet specifically around that. That now you have interest and you know it's what people want. Instead of trying to create a bunch of lead magnets, spending money on all these ads and only bringing in the wrong audience or a few leads, now you've saved yourself a ton of time because you're not trying to create everything and hope people will come. You've put in the work, you've done your due diligence, you've done the research, and now you have a book that gives you the ideas to create several different lead generation tools. All right, you take the best pieces that resonate the most with your audience and the readers, and you use that for lead generation. And the coolest part here is you can constantly test these different ideas. You can even test them in your book and see what do people download the most when they're reading your book. That's what you then need to market on social media as your main lead magnet. So that is the name of the game here, right? You don't have to do all of these alone, okay? Social media can be exhausting. Creating the course, building your coaching program, creating your lead generation, writing out your keynote, all of these things can take a really, really long time. People spend hours, weeks, months trying to dial all this in. But if you just have a book and you focus on making that your priority, that will save you so much time and you will have a book on top of it. Are you kidding me? So that's what we want to do here is we want to show the book as the focal point, use that to save ourselves time, get our time back so we can use it to be more productive, and then we can use it to grow our business and help change people's lives. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's what we got in today's episode. And if you're like, all right, this is some good stuff. Now I need to get into give me the tactical stuff, Jay. Give me exactly what I need to get this book out there and really see if this is going to be doable for me. Then what I want you to do here is go to jakekelfer.com/book training. And where you will go is you will be able to get instant access. All right, you put in your email and you will get instant access to a training that I did on how to write and launch a best-selling book in 1 hour a day. So this episode was all about 3 ways that writing a book actually gives you time back in your business. Yeah, exactly. All right, and I know when I first said that in the beginning of this episode, you were like, Jake, you are crazy. But what do you think now? You probably still think I'm crazy, but guess what? Now you have an opportunity that maybe you didn't think you had right before this. If you value your time, I would highly consider writing your book. That's what I got for you today. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on this episode. Please, please, please share this with a friend. Let me know if you have any questions. Open up a DM on Instagram at Jake Kelfer. I'd love to keep the conversation rolling. But thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your attention. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.